I can't believe I have been so anti this game. I always thought it looked too slow and frustratingly hard. I was certain that this game was not going to be for me and that it would only make me lose the very few strands of hair that I have left on my head. Was I wrong? Well, my amazingly wonderful, awesome Bratskis, I'm here today to let you know if I was or not. So let's do this.
Time to paint the world dark red.
You find yourself stranded in the night, out in nowhere, surrounded by canyons and sand, when suddenly you see this strange skull totem. You approach it and voila! It talks!
Search for the evil lurking in this world. Smell the sulfur in the air. Taste the corruption. Understand the shattered reality. Sense the vitriol staining the remains. Only then will you be free again and able to leave.
Okay, mysterious talking skull.
I gotcha.
And it's being voiced by no other than Mr. Gianni himself, and as always he does a good job with the voicing. It's entertaining and convincing. He goes on to tell you that they summoned you here. You are an undead and you need to cleanse this land of the evil that lurks in it. And that is literally the most interesting part of the story. You meet some fairly interesting characters along the way, especially a certain skeleton figure that is voiced by a Bratski called Dev VA.
Finally. Was worried you changed your mind.
But the further you get into the game, the more interesting the characters get. But the story, it doesn't really evolve alongside the game. It stays very sameish throughout. But what is the most convincing and well done is the characters and their voice acting. As the game turns into more personal vendettas the further you get, it almost feels like the main story is left behind. But in all honesty, I really didn't need a story to tag along, as the characters does such a well job at just sucking you into the moment.
Hey there, partners. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to Slim Bratski. Unless you want to turn out to be just like me. A heap of bones.
Now that beautiful skeleton voice, it was the work of Patrick Derakovic Rakas. So off to cleanse the land we go, and mama, the monsters that are lurking here, they are scary, dangerous, and will eat, shoot, claw, or spit acid at you on sight. The monsters and spirits, as the game calls them, spirits, they are ghosts by the way, they are so freakishly incredibly well designed with a difficulty that will test even the most hardcore of stealth players, because there is no such thing as going guns blazing in this game. But at the same time, the enemies, they are stupid enough to let you get away if the situation gets too heated. It's up to you to be smart enough to decide when it's time to run or stand and fight.
I'm bringing you the menu now.
Don't come back!
Your pain will be much
Out of my sight.
The game also focuses heavily on melee combat, something that feels surprisingly good and cool, but nowhere close to as good as it feels picking the enemies off with guns. So I saw myself using guns and bows throughout the game, apart from the very first section of it. But a part of me always felt like it wanted to buy that melee weapon from the merchant, just to get some satisfying stealth takedowns. Can I do this? Can I fucking do this? Oh my! So did I ever mention that the gunplay focuses heavily on every bullet matters? Miss one shot and you could be dead. Miss two shots and you might not have enough ammo for the rest of the mission. And the feedback, ladies and gentlemen, the feedback from the monsters getting hit and the bullets leaving the barrel of the gun is magnificent.
Nothingness!
Apart from killing, sneaking and being scared, the game offers some truly well-designed RPG mechanics. Talkable NPCs, fully voice acted, and all interesting in their own way, but they also sell things, buy things, and the thingy things that they sell and that are scattered throughout the game, apart from weapons, consists of items that will boost you in one way or another. It ranges from increased stamina to accuracy and debuffs. It all depends on how much exploring you're willing to do or how much money you save to get the thing that fits your playstyle the most. And the same goes with the weapons. There are legendary ones that will offer different buffs and debuffs, but you will have to hunt to actually get them. And my friends, we're not done there. There's also a skill tree in this game, a fairly basic one that once you level up you get a skill point that you can spend on upgrades, which does make a difference in the gameplay. Oh, that is going to save us a lot. And let's not forget the most major of things, the inventory management. It works well, it's upgradable, but you will be seeing yourself fighting yourself over which items to keep and which to throw out during a long mission. But I can happily say that there is no such thing as junk. You can sell everything that you pick up. The grandest of the canyons out there. Is it the one in Wild West? I mean Blood West. Damn it, I mix those names up all the time. Well, no, it is certainly not the grandest of them all, so this is how it is. The game, it consists of 3 episodes. Each episode offers a new open area set in different environments. Since I have shown footage of all 3, I might as well just spoil them for you. First one is the desert canyons, second one is swamps, and the third one is a forest-ish, a ghost forest. Yeah, a ghost forest. Let's go with that. Now, they are not overly pretty to look at, but they are so incredibly well designed. The size of them are just perfect. They are open areas, all 3 of them, but they are just big enough to not feel empty and small enough but still feel like an open area. And every zone is littered with caves, tunnels, points of interest, and ups and downs. Now, I want to emphasize here that I was incredibly immersed in the game, but not due to the game's atmosphere. The atmosphere is great in this game, so don't get me wrong there, but it's neither overly horror nor incredible. What really dragged me in was the gameplay, how superb designed the balance is in this game. Almost never did I feel like the game was unfair when I died. Constantly did I have that tense feeling that just kept dragging me in the game, managing my inventory to utilize every bullet I had in the most efficient way possible, always debating with myself which approach would be the best in the battle in front of me, because that's another aspect. The danger is almost always visible before you engage in it, giving you enough time to strategize your next move with an emphasis on almost always. And sometimes your strategy just doesn't work, making for another very intense moment where you barely make it out alive. It happens and it happens again. And dying is not cost-free in this game. You will be penalized, not overly much, but enough to make it feel and make you lose at least 1 or 2 hairs on your head. Whatever you do, do not rush through the zones. Take your time, explore, look for hidden objects, and enjoy the mystery. This is the way the game is meant to be played, and not only is it the best way to play it, it will hurt you in the end if you rush too much. But boy, oh boy, was this game a ride from start to end, one that I enjoyed very much and I would highly recommend. It literally had me on my toes all the time. It had me feel frustration, happiness, pleasure, satisfaction, and most of all, I got so immersed into the game every single time I sat down to play this. It never got easier to decide when it was time to shut down and head to bed. So all I can say, my friends, is to just stop hesitating if this game is for you or not. Give it a proper chance, and I'm certain you will have a good time with this.
Ashes. Lead the freak. Righteous death.
My new favorite thing.